Hey, what's up, family? This is Chief Kalinago with a quick video. Well, hopefully it's gonna be quick, but I was just here, man. Meditating a little bit. I was on the phone, with a brother, and we was just building, man, for hours and hours, and that's what it's all about. Each one reach one, and each one teach one. Because like I tell people, I'm a student first. I am always a student first. I'm always in student mode. I'm always in learning mode because the moment you think you know it all, that is the moment you fall short. You feel me? So learning is an ongoing process. A lot of people don't realize we came here to go to school. This is school. You know, the enclosed buildings that you go in, and whether it may be church or school or college, whatever you call it, to get that education, literally that's not the real school, man. Those are just That's just part of the lesson. Okay, but literally this whole experience, this physical manifestation of who we are, is literally school. And we have to pass a test because it is a test. All the adversities, all the stumbling blocks, all what the things you call so-called bad, even the things you call so-called good, and those we call indifferent. It's all part of the experience. Okay, it's all part of coming here to experience it. And I was just thinking that we are not so different than we think we are, because yes, we have our own individuality. Okay, we are what we call individuals, but are we really that individual? I mean, let's think about it, because you see, we have all these different paths. Okay, your path may be different from mine, and your goals may be different from mine. Your aspirations may be different. I get it. Okay, your ambitions may be different. But let us look at the grand scheme of things. Let us look at the overall aspect of things, because you see, we only think of ourselves in the physical, when literally the physical body is not the man. Okay, the physical body is not the man. The physical body is the vehicle, the host, the avatar of the man. You see, people, when we look at man and we say man and woman, people only think of the physical aspect of being of ourselves or expression of ourselves, which in essence is not true. The real man is the spiritual man and woman. That is that is who we are in essence. Okay. And the host, which is this physical body, again, it is just a host. It is just an avatar. All right. So let us look at our destination. It is not so different. It is the same. We all are going to the same place, because we all came from what's called, some people may call it God. Some people may call it Allah. Some people may call it Jehovah. Some people may call it Christ. Whatever name, Buddha, Krishna, Zeus, whatever name, that you want to call it, at the end of the day, it is still what we call consciousness. Now, you know how I feel about that word, but I'm going to spell consciousness with a K. So I'm talking about KONSCIOS. Okay, that is what the all is, consciousness. Okay, consciousness. All right, now consciousness is not to be aware. Consciousness can be aware, but consciousness is existence. The all, okay, the infinite, that is consciousness. Okay, and we all came from that. So because we live in a third dimensional world, we live in a plane that's that's what we call limited. Okay, it is finite. All right, seeing that we are existing in that plane, we tend to, with our limitations, we tend to hate people. Okay, we tend to dislike people. Within our limitations, we tend to think that we are different from people. Okay, you think you are better than people. You think that they're worse than you. And listen, I am, me myself, I've been guilty of that. But you see, when you are truly growing, when you are truly learning, when you are truly in school, really getting what the true lesson that we came here to learn. The true lesson is not going in a box where somebody they call a teacher stand and tell you 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 2 or ABCs or how to get a degree to get a job. Nah, the real degree or the real graduation, okay, is when you pass the test of what you came here to learn. That is the true graduation. That is the true school, the first universe. We came here into it. You know what I mean? So that is the true test. Okay, that is the true test. And the reason why so many people are failing is because they think that this body is the man or the woman. No, that body is not the man or the woman. It is just the vessel that the man or the woman dwells in. So you have to be aware of that. So many times we think that this is us. So we are so caught up on the physical things. We are so caught up on the three-dimensional, aspects of this life and what it has to offer. Okay. And it has each and every one of us to a certain extent. Okay. At some point, at least, vibrating in our low frequency or in our low chakras. Okay. But the goal is to raise your vibrations. The goal is to, operate and vibrate on a higher frequency. So now once you're doing that, you may perceive love, you may perceive hate, you may know what it is, but you cannot hate. Because you see, only love could take you to that higher frequency. All right? It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care what the conditions are. As long as you're preaching hate, then you are going to miss the mark. As long as you're preaching hate, you could never rise to your full potential of operating or vibrating in your high frequency. It is totally impossible. Like they say, you cannot serve two gods at one time. So it's either you are serving the higher consciousness in you, which I'm spelling with a K, or you are dwelling in your lower chakra, which is what this third dimensional world is about. The experiences that our lower self has manifested. That's what we are experiencing right now. But going back to what I just said earlier, how different are we? Even if we have different paths, we may have different complexions. We may have different occupations. We may have different social statuses. But all those things are man-made. People have different names for God and all these different things, and this church is better than one, and that Bible is better than the next, and that is not the name of God. Listen, all that stuff is man-made. There is only one consciousness, and that is the all. It's infinite. You see, everything that people are talking about I hate these people and I don't like these people and we are better than them, and your God is better than mine, my God is better than yours, and my job is better than yours, and my car is nicer than yours, and I don't like you, and this one is a taste. Listen, all that stuff is an illusion. All that stuff is literally keeping you vibrating in your lowest form. And you cannot be what you call a God vibrating in your low chakra. So when people running around talking about, the black man is God, and no, listen, man, there's no such thing as the black man is God and the so-called white man is the devil. There's no such thing as that. At the end of the day, we all have we all have the same destination. And anybody who dispels that is a fool. They haven't learned. You see, there's a difference between learning and learning. To be a true student, you have to be taught by a master. No, I'm not saying that I'm a master. I'm just saying that I'm a master student. And when you're a master student, the message, or the lesson that's meant for master students will appear. Now, instead of me saying that when the student is ready, the master will appear, I'm going to say that when the student is ready, the message will appear. So anytime you're preaching hate, you cannot be what you call a God. It is impossible. Okay? It is impossible. Because that means you're dwelling in your low chakra. In other words, what you're literally doing, you're manifesting the devil. So anybody could be the devil. Because guess what? For man to find the devil, man got to look at himself in the mirror. And for a man to find God, or what you call consciousness, a man got to look at himself in the mirror. So at the end of the day, it dwells in you. What you call the devil and what you call God is in you, is what you feed the most, is the energy that you gravitate to. It's like having two wolves inside of you. Which one will literally strive if you're going to feed them both? Okay, you have a negative wolf, you have a positive wolf. If you feed the negative wolf will grow bigger than the positive wolf. It's the same thing. So in essence, you are the devil. In essence, you are what's called God. It's literally what you manifest. It's what you focus on. It's what you think about, your thoughts. Okay, your thoughts is infinite. Your thoughts, that's what the source is, the creator, consciousness, that's what it is. Okay? So realize that. You see, that's why the world is in so much chaos right now. Because people are dealing in their low chakras. People are dwelling in their low chakras. Okay? Everybody's about me. Everybody's selfish. You feel me? And that is the problem. You see? And the only way we could, rise above that, okay? In other words, start making some type of inclination so that you could graduate, is to love. You see, that is the key. The key is to love, not hate. That is the key. You see, everything else around you, the distractions, all right, that sort of like motivates you to hate. Those are distractions. That's a test as well. And so many of you are failing that, okay? Because you are selfish, you are hateful, you know what I'm saying? And you have all this carnalistic behaviors. And then you call yourself a God. How hypocritical is that? You see, now we've all fall short. Don't get me wrong. This is school. We are growing, but you have to grow. Because if you don't grow, you see, this is a lesson that we all have to go through. You know what I mean? It's what you call mandatory. We all have to go through that lesson. Nobody could escape it. You see, that's the beautiful thing. The playing field is even. But you see, we are too focused on the physical things. And we're not spending too much time focusing on the real you, the spiritual man. Okay? We focus on the avatar, with the flesh, what we could touch. But yet still the real man, because man is real. Man is immortal. Man cannot die because man is the spirit. Okay? This is not the man. This is just the flesh. But we spend so much time focusing on the flesh, and we have ignored the real man, which is the spirit, the man, the woman. So we are dwelling in our flesh. We're dwelling in our carnal manifestation of ourselves. So we are hating each other, putting down each other, disliking what you call races. Those things don't exist. All those things are all those things are part of the lesson that you must learn. And that's why a lot of people, okay, I'm certainly sure, including myself, have reincarnated. Because until we pass that test, until we graduate, you go to college and get that master's degree, you will not graduate. You will repeat. You will come back and do it again. So this is what this is all about, family. This is what this lesson is all about. It's not that difficult. But you see, we have all these so-called leaders and teachers and pastors and priests and all these ministers and all these people, politicians and governments and presidents. They are part of the illusion. They are part of the destruction. Okay? It's literally up to you. You are your own savior. You are your own, what you call God, because you have your own consciousness that's connected to the overall, the universal consciousness. And as long as we get that, okay, there's no such thing as death. There's no such thing as fear. All that stuff is, again, religion, governments, those things were set up to create fear, to keep you vibrating in your low chakra, low frequency, division, when we all have the same destination. I don't care whether you may be Chinese, Asian, black, what you call so-called black or so-called white. Those things don't exist. They don't exist. We all came from the same source. And for anybody not to believe that, listen, they are not schooled. They haven't learned a lesson, because how could anything be outside of the all? You feel me? How could anything be outside of the all when everything is within the all? So for all you people talking about, oh, well, the white man is the devil and the white man is the cracker and all that, this, and they didn't come from us and all that. Listen, you didn't come from you. You see, you didn't come from you. We all came from the source. We all came from that consciousness. Okay? But we manifested in the way we supposed to manifest here, so that we could learn this lesson, this experience. So we could experience this 3D dimension. Okay? Go through the test so we could pass. But many of you are failing because you're caught up just thinking in the physical, in the carnal manifestation of yourself. Okay, in your carnal ways. So family, I just wanted to share this with you, asking you that you need to, regardless of who you think you are, raise your vibrations, raise your frequency. You got to love. Okay. And when you love, don't love because you're expecting love. No, love because it is the righteous thing to do. Okay. I know sometimes it's a tough pill to swallow, but love because love is love. And just know that that consciousness, okay, the all, we have to all get back there sometime. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate destination. We all have the same destination, but yet still we have different paths. Okay, but the different paths that we take, it's a distraction. Because is it so different? Because you see, if we get this, we all could be on the same path, which is the path of learning to love each other. And that is the key, to love each other. Okay. So I hope you guys get this. I just wanted to do this quick video and share this with you. All right. Again, my email is in the link for anybody who want to build. But family, know that, okay, you are the essence of what that consciousness is, of what God is. Okay, you are part of that. So if you're a part of that, then that's who you are. You are the I am. Okay, but we have allowed our physical self, that lower self, to thinking that this is who we are. So we get caught up with all the distractions, the wants and the needs and the greed. You need to have more than that person. Okay, you need to have all. And this is what this world has done to us. But we need to go back to when it wasn't yours, but it was ours. It wasn't mine, but it was ours. Because when I see you, I see me. And when you see me, you should see you. We are reflections of each other. That's who we are. And that's a fact. So the man or the woman that you're hating, you're literally hating yourself. So don't think that you're going to graduate. No, it's not going to happen. You see, you can't cheat in this school, in this university, in this universe. You can't cheat. Okay? You can't cheat. You see, no teacher is going to come and you're going to pay $10,000 or $2,000 and get a passing grade. It's not going to happen. Okay? Because you see, only you determine whether you graduate or not. Isn't that a beautiful? That's the best school. You are the one grading yourself, and you get graded based on your actions. Man, that's a beautiful thing. Who came up with that concept? We did. Because you see, it's all about responsibility. Holding oneself responsible. And once you master that, you will graduate. It is time to raise your vibrations and raise your frequency. Some people are going to continue to deal and maneuver in their low frequency. It's all right. That's them. That is their own path. They're hurting themselves. Okay? But know that you have to play your part. Only you could change you. Only you could save you. So work on yourself. Make sure you graduate with honors. Love. And don't love because you're expecting love. Love because when you love without expectations, that is the purest form of love. Unselfish love. You feel me? All right. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Chief Kalinago, I'm out. Peace.